You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Hey, my lean and lit lovelies. I hope you're doing well today. This is Lindy, the host of Get Lean and Lit with Lindy podcast. This is a podcast where we ditch the nonsense, all of it, skip the fads, and actually do what works to keep us healthy as women over 40. So if you've ever been told the best way to get fit is to jump, squat, twist, lunge, and basically twist yourself into a pretzel, today's episode is going to feel like a little bit of a rebellion because it's a little bit different than what we're used to doing. Because today we're actually talking about not moving. Yep, today's topic is isometric exercises, also known as just holding still. Freeze in place, look like a human statue, all of those things. That's what isometric exercises are. But here's the real deep question. Can doing less movement actually get you more results? Well, we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. Okay, let's start at the foundation like I like to do. What are isometric exercises? What's the definition and why should you care? All right, here's a quick breakdown. Isometric exercises are when your muscles contract, but the joint itself doesn't move. So think about this as examples. A plank is an isometric exercise. A wall sit is an isometric exercise. Holding a squat at the bottom of the activity is an isometric exercise. Holding a dumbbell halfway up, like you forgot what you were doing when you're doing a bicep curl, so you hold it halfway up and just freeze there. These are all examples of isometric exercises. So when you do these types of exercises, you're actually working, you're shaking, you're really questioning your life choices because they're a lot harder than you think they are. But you're not moving. You're doing everything but move. Okay, now before you roll your eyes and say, that's probably not enough exercise, let me stop you right there. Because your muscles don't necessarily care about movement. They care about time under tension. Okay, time under tension. And isometric exercises are all about tension. I'm talking 100% tension. So that's the whole point. Now, the big question you're probably asking yourself at this point is, are isometric exercises efficient? So let's define efficient for our context. We are not 25 anymore, and we have limited time in our days. We're super busy, and we have limited cartilage, to be real about it. So to me, efficient means that these exercises will help you build strength. They'll support fat loss if you have fat to lose. They don't wreck your joints, and they fit into your real life. So to me, that's what efficiency means. And yes, they fall into that category. So isometric exercises absolutely check some of these boxes, not 100%, but they check some of them. So let's see. Let's talk about what they check. They are very joint friendly. They are definitely time efficient. They're great for building strength in specific positions and improve stability and control. But, and this is a big but, they are not a complete program all in of themselves. Let's be real about it. They're not a complete program, but I'm going to tell you how you can use them most effectively to get the most out of them, and they can be very effective. So if someone on Instagram tells you just do planks and you'll get toned everywhere, you need to unfollow them expeditiously because they're leading you down a path of something that's not true. Okay? All right. So let's move into our first story time. I'm going to tell you about my friend Lisa, who I love. Lisa is 52 years old. She used to love running, almost as much as I did, actually, until her knees basically said, this period of your life is over. We're not running no more. So she tried pushing through because that's what we all do, right, as women. And she ended up more inflamed, more in pain, more frustrated. And honestly, she felt a little defeated. So we sat and talked, and I introduced isometric holds as an exercise for her to try to rehab her knees and just to get back into strength training. So she did wall sits, she did glute bridges with holds and static lunges. So at first, before she even tried these, when I was telling her about them, she was thinking that these isometric exercises would not be enough and that they would feel too easy. So then about 20 seconds into her first wall sit, though, she was like, oh, okay, I get it. This is not easy at all. So listen up. Within 6 weeks, her leg strength improved. Her knee pain was still there, but it decreased a little bit, and she eventually felt confident again. It wasn't because she was doing more, but because she was working smarter overall and doing smarter tension work. So let's talk about where isometric exercises really shine, especially for the 40 plus crowd. So let's be real, your body at 40 plus, 40, 50, 60 and beyond is not the same body as it was when you were 25 years old. So we all need to get our heads around that because that can be a jarring reality until you really accept it and act accordingly. It's not that it's a bad thing. It just means that we need to, and we should train a little bit differently than we're used to. So isometric exercises are amazing for joint stability, for injury prevention, for the whole mind-muscle connection when you're doing strength training, and for building strength safely. They also sneak in something that is very underrated as we talk about exercise and strength building. They sneak in mental toughness because holding a position when everything in your body is shaking and you just want to quit is definitely character building. No joke. Okay, for you lovelies who are short on time, and that's a lot of us, we're super busy, most of us, listen up to this part. So when I was a trainer, my former client, Denise, she was 45 at the time that we started working together. She had a full-time job that she worked many, many hours. She had 2 teenagers and a calendar that would make you very stressed just by looking at it. Her biggest issue was not motivation. Her biggest hurdle was time. In her mind, she thought workouts had to be 45 minutes minimum, or they didn't count. So we ended up testing something. I had her do 10-minute sessions consisting of isometric circuits with no equipment at all. No weights, no nothing. So for example, let me give you an example of a circuit. A circuit would look like a 30-second plank, a 30-second wall sit, and a 30-second glute hold. Then she would repeat that 3 to 4 times, 3 to 4 rounds. So after about a month, she told me, I feel stronger and I didn't have to rearrange my entire life to make it happen. So that's what we call efficiency. Now you may be asking yourself, what are the limitations of isometric exercises? That's easy for me to say because you already know that I'm not here to sell you guys magic. This is real world stuff that actually works. Okay, So let's balance this out. Isometrics alone are not going to maximize muscle growth over the long term. They're not going to burn a ton of calories, and they won't replace dynamic, meaning full range of motion, strength training. Why, you may ask? Why don't they? Because your muscles also need movement through a complete full range of motion. They need progressive overload, so you have to continue to up the challenge, and your muscles need variety. So holding a squat is great, but eventually your body adapts to you holding that squat. That's just how nature works. And when your body adapts to something, it slows down the progress. So let me tell you about myself, a story about me. I'm the center of this story time. At one point in my life, I was all in on planks. I was doing planks like planks were going on style. I actually worked up to holding a plank for 3 minutes. So that sounds very impressive, right? Did it lose its effectiveness over time? Absolutely. I definitely hit a plateau doing planks. So I wasn't gaining new muscle tone. My fat loss stalled and my workout felt extremely repetitive because I would do all variations of planks, forward planks, side planks, all the kind of planks you would do, pikes. Then I added weights. I added weighted squats, full body resistance training, and short bursts of movement. But I kept the isometric exercises, but I didn't keep all of them. So I interwove them into a full body workout with weights. So within some weeks, my progress picked back up. So it just goes to show you that weights or some form of resistance will help you reach your goals quicker. So the lesson that I learned in all of that was that isometrics are a tool. They're not the whole toolbox. Okay, so how can you actually use isometrics without wasting time? So here's the sweet spot. There are really 3 options for incorporating isometric exercises effectively. Option number 1, add them at the end of your workouts. For example, if you finish a full body workout and your muscles have been pushed to the limit, as they should, because you should be lifting heavy enough that you are struggling for the last couple of reps, go into a plank hold. Add a plank hold to the end of your exercises, or you can do a wall sit until burnout if it's a leg day, for example, or do a glute hold after a full body workout. So option 1 is add them at the end of your workouts. Option 2, you can use them on busy days. Like I was explaining the circuit that we did, you can use them on busy days. So do a 10 to 15 minute isometric circuit as your full body workout. It's very efficient and it's very impactful. You're not going to keep doing that forever and ever, but if you're short on time, let's say you're traveling, you don't have any equipment with you, there's no gym, use them on busy days to get your workout in. And finally, option 3 is use them for areas that you're weak in. For example, if you're struggling with squats, hold the squat at the bottom. So go into the squat motion and just hold it. If your core is weak, you can add different plank variations, as I was saying. That's what I did for a long time and perfected the plank, really. Plank's a very, very good exercise for your core. So you can think of isometrics like seasoning that can be sprinkled into your workouts. They can be impactful, they can be important and powerful as well, but you wouldn't eat a whole bowl of seasonings. You just wouldn't, right? Right. Okay, now it's time for some real talk, because you guys know how I do. So are isometrics the most efficient way to exercise? Let's talk about that. And the honest answer is they are efficient, but not the most efficient method. The most efficient method is still going to be full body strength training with heavy resistance, whether it's dumbbells, whether it's machines at the gym, whether it's exercise bands, starting off with body weight, whatever it is that, and then you have to add a little bit more challenge as you get stronger. You have to do some cardio. So cardio can be anything. It can be walking, swimming, biking, jumping rope, whatever your cardio of choice is, dancing, something that you want to stick to. I love pickleball. So I play pickleball almost every day, which I end up doing 7,000 to 10,000 steps alone just playing pickleball. So Find something that you love to do that doesn't necessarily feel like working out or exercise, and figure out how that can fit into your life. Smart nutrition. We've talked about nutrition so many times on this podcast. You cannot outdo a bad diet. Get your nutrition right, please. That should be your number one focus. And then lastly, consistency. So you don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be consistent to see results. Okay? And isometrics, they make the whole system better. They're not going to replace the system, but they do make it better. So if you've been avoiding workouts because your joints hurt, like your knees, your elbows, your joints hurt, you're short on time, or you just don't feel like jumping around on that particular day, isometrics may be your gateway back into your regular routine. And you can sprinkle them in if you're already doing your thing with no interruptions. They're low impact, they're high tension, and you get real results when you do them right and fit them into the program. And remember, you don't have to do everything. You just need to do the right things consistently. So, if this episode made you rethink your workouts or even your plank habits, share it with a friend who's still punishing herself with burpees that she hates to do. So that's all I have for you guys this week. I definitely appreciate you tuning in. And until next time, keep it real, keep it consistent, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.
Boom! I just earned a $600 bonus with an Old National Bank checking account.
You got this.
I do?
Earn up to a $600 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Old National Bank. Just another reason to get old.
Can you say bonus?
When she walked in on her first day at Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas, she didn't know a soul.
I'm Zion, and I'm a second year at DFC.
A year later, and so many changes for Zion.
I love my friends here. I couldn't do anything without them. We support each other all the time.
At Doherty Family College, Zion also finds support on the academic side. Like all DFC students, Zion can count on a team committed to her success. Doherty Family College is Minnesota's affordable private college option. DFC students earn their associate's degree and then can transition to a 4-year college or university for their bachelor's. Many are students of color or first in their family to go to college.
It's nice to see people that look like you pursuing an education, wanting to succeed academically.
Zion encourages any high school student looking for a college home to do what she did and apply to Doherty Family College.
All the support you could need is here.
Ready to make your move and experience Doherty Family College for yourself? Then schedule your visit to the Minneapolis campus at dfc.stthomas.edu/visit.